So, things aren't great. Yeah. Bastila turned to the dark side, and we also didn't capture her, even though we definitely defeated her. So there's that. I do kind of dig how everyone kind of came together in this location, like as a group.
Yes, what's on your mind? You got it.
Alright. Not a lot of new dialogue at the moment. Maybe with the Jedi, though?
Got something on your mind, do you?
Yeah. Remember the part where one of our crew turns to the dark side?
I get it.
Cool. I think I need to talk to Mission because she looks like she's doing hardware things, so she's probably fixing the hyperdrive, even though she's here.
Hey there, what can I do for you? Okay.
No, actually. I guess I go to the hyperdrive? Like, I think it's over here. Do I fix it myself? Cool. I did it. Huh. I just didn't think that I had, like, the know-how, because I'm me. Like, I can't fix HK. So I'm like, oh, I gotta give these parts to somebody, right? Like one of our mechanic kind of characters. Mission's doing, like, a thing over here, so I kind of thought it was her. But maybe not. Alright.
Yes, what's on your mind? You got it.
Alright. I guess I just go, right? Like, I guess I just go. I don't necessarily, like, help anyone out with this. Wait. Completed quests. It's too late. I can't go back to it. I could have sworn, though, that it said that I needed those parts to fix the hyperdrive. I thought we were on the same planet as the Starforge already, so we don't need a hyperdrive. Hyperdrives are for going into hyperspace. Unless hyperdrives are also just the catch-all for engine or something. I'm just gonna assume that it was like a misnomer in the tooltip or whatever. Because, Karth was like, without repairs we can't even get off the ground, which implies completely different things than what that message was. Oh, that's fun. That's like a dome right around the ship. That's pretty close to us because you can see the wall moving. That shows the outside, like, world. It's like a theme park. Alright. The Starforge. The space station is of an unknown configuration and has no entry in the Republic archives.
The Republic fleet must have gotten the message I sent as we were crashing into that planet. I'm picking up a transmission from them now.
This is Admiral Thorn Dodonna to the Avon Hawk. Do you read us?
Admiral Dodonna, this is Karth Onasi. We're receiving your transmission.
Karth, I'm glad to see you are still alive. We've begun our assault on the Starforge, but we're taking heavy losses. How did the Sith ever manage to build something of this scope?
The Starforge wasn't constructed by the Sith, Admiral. We don't have time for me to fully explain it, but that space station is far older than you can imagine.
Maybe we should pull the fleet back and retreat. I don't know if we have the firepower to go up against this alien technology.
You can't do that, Admiral. The Starforge is a factory of immense power. It's been churning out the capital ships, snub fighters, and assault droids that have powered the Sith war effort. You have to destroy the Starforge now, or you'll be fighting an unending wave of reinforcements.
Then I guess we have no choice. But it isn't going to be easy. I can't even get our capital ships into position to start bombarding the Starforge. The Sith fleet is too well organized. It's like they can guess our every move and counter our every strategy.
It's because of Bastila, Admiral. She turned to the dark side and became Malak's apprentice. We suspect she's somewhere on that space station right now, using her battle meditation against you and your fleet.
This is Master Vandor. A number of Jedi Knights have joined our fleet under his command.
If Bastila is using her power to augment the Sith, then Malak's fleet is invincible. Our only hope is to somehow stop Bastila from using her battle meditation.
How can we do that if she's on the space station?
I will send a squadron of Jedi Knights to the Starforge to find Bastila. their small ships will be able to fly through the Sith blockade and dock on the space station. If they can find Bastila, they may be able to distract her attention from the battle overhead. That should allow you to move your capital ships into position for a final assault on the Starforge itself.
I hate to ask this after all you've done, Kurth, but the Jedi may need all the help they can get.
Don't worry, Admiral. The Ebon Hawk and her crew are gonna see this through to the end.
And may the Force be with you.
It's time for the usual Star Wars like heist movie part. A small crew needs to break into this large facility and pull off a really specific covert operation, or all will be lost. Well, it's a good thing everyone else died, or the 3 landing pads would have been really awkward. Oh shit, there's 4 ships that made it through, but there's only 3 landing pads to land on. Did Karth just show up in completely different armor and then switch to that one when he teleported? I don't know what's up with the teleport thing, that's a strange visual. So on one hand, the battle meditation thing is slightly awkward narratively. Maybe not narratively, just kind of on a like contrivance level, I suppose. Just like this level of like, there's a massive war happening. But generally speaking, you want to take that massive war and kind of contextualize it as a personal, small-scale struggle. Because people often have trouble empathizing with just a war itself. It's too large scale, it's too hard to process. So you need to make it about a person, or a group of people, and so on. And in some ways, battle meditation is kind of a more interesting thing than some of the previous Star Wars things, because Star Wars always does this. They always have like, here's the one thing that has to be taken care of in order to make this war proceed and succeed and so on. Usually there's a big death ball in space and you got to hit the special spot to perfectly kill the death ball, and so then it becomes the personal struggle of the protagonist that's going to take out the Star Killer base, or the Death Star, or the Death Star 2 Electric Boogaloo, and so on. But like the Death Star is just like a device, and it's just like a thing. And so like the first one was about Luke discovering himself, sort of, and like being one with the Force and his growth and his arc and everything. And then in Return of the Jedi, they characterize it better also by having it be like about his father and the Sith and Darth Sidious and so on. And like there's all these elements going on there with Palpatine, where it's a more personal struggle built into what he needs to do there. So it's not just let's just blow it up. I did it again. And then of course in Force Awakens there's a whole lot going on during the little heist that happens on Starkiller, which that one was one of the more explicitly heisty ones, because they keep getting a little bit more heisty. They feel like a movie about a group of people that are going to pull off the heist of the century at like a casino or a bank or something. But it's them, they're blowing up this base with this really specific operation and so on. And there's a lot of that. The Last Jedi once again pulled off a similar aspect that was even more heisty than ever before to some extent, by literally featuring a casino and like special agents you got to get in with in order to accomplish what you want to do, but like, can you trust their loyalties and all that other stuff. And then of course like then you get to Solo, which was a literal heist. Like that movie was literally a heist. like the pretense of what has been the background theming of several Star Wars movies and how their climaxes work, pretty much except for Empire Strikes Back, and I guess some prequel stuff. I don't really want to think about the prequels right now. Solo dropped all pretense and just made a movie about a heist, but it felt so much like all the other Star Wars movies because the Star Wars movies were already largely having plots structured that way. And so once again we make KOTOR and it's like, okay, we're gonna go to this big, it's all a war, but having a narrative that's just about the war itself is kind of boring and also impersonal, and it's like, obviously it's a war, it's a big deal and all that, but also like it's hard to like feel it on a Solo level, especially since so many video games try to simulate wars all the time, and they fucking fail. Like, all of them pretty much do. Some of the best simulations of war might be the Call of Duty games, the World War II ones, where they did a decent job at implying that there's a huge scale battle happening around you, and it's just that you're kind of stuck in the particular trench that you're linearly moving through, and that's your struggle, but there's a lot going on around you. But a lot of games, all the way up until recent years, like Kingdom Come Deliverance, are all like, here comes this war scene, and it's like 12 guys going, ah, yelling and stuff, and like the fight's over in 3 seconds, and like the engine couldn't handle anymore, and so on. It's like, while movies have been able to handle wars better, even though Star Wars is often, the climax itself is not about a war explicitly, even though it's in a war, the games especially always struggle with trying to simulate a war, because pretty much all games that aren't RTSs struggle to try to simulate wars and make it feel real, and that you're doing something important in said war, but also there's a real war happening around you. So instead, in games like Mass Effect and KOTOR and so on, you get to the climax, and oftentimes you're kind of on a personal strike mission, just like in a lot of Star Wars films, and so we're doing that again. But as an iteration on what they keep doing in the Star Wars movies, it is definitely interesting that the thing we're striking at is a person in this case. Because it's constantly... it's constantly just like a device or a thing that needs to be blown up that'll stop. We need to drop the shield generator so we can attack the Death Star, or drop the shield generator so we can transmit these codes in Rogue One or whatever. And like, it's always a strike team doing a thing that's heisty. Having the subject that we need to go after in order to make the war turn around be a person is definitely interesting in the case of Bastila, because then it means we have an emotional attachment to the person, especially since they used to be a party member. So Bastila means something to us, as opposed to just being a thing that we need to press the button on or whatever, or shoot or blow up. And that means that there's also a struggle, because part of us will want to like redeem her, and maybe we can and maybe we can't, and like we want to like save her and not just kill her to win. And so like there's enough added intrigue that makes the narrative interesting here that I can kind of forgive the kind of contrivance of the fact that like somehow this entire war is being turned around because one person is like, you know, sitting cross-legged and humming. Like it definitely doesn't really contradict the Force stuff, because it's kind of in tune with how Force often works, and it's not wrong to introduce a new power that the Force does. Like, that's totally fine, and it's dumb when people get mad whenever a new Force thing happens, when a new Force thing has happened in basically every Star Wars movie. That's how you build it. You don't have to like be beholden to the past movies forever and not ever add anything. Each of the original movies was themselves adding things. Like, as far as I can remember, Luke never has telekinesis until Empire Strikes Back. In A New Hope, it's like kind of just a vague connective feeling where you like go into a Zen trance and you might make the right choice or see something you can't see, like being able to strike those blaster bolts through the helmet that's blocking his view, for example. And like, so it's kind of like a oneness with the universe kind of thing in the first movie. It's kind of a Zen, and that's how he's able to like nail that shot at the end of the film, basically. But then they started introducing superpowers in the second movie, where like he's stuck in the cave and he's able to pull the lightsaber to him and so on. So it's fine to keep adding new things over time. Then you have Force Lightning in Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, I mean, where Palpatine then uses lightning, like, oh, this is new. And so then, yeah, like a few new things happen, like where in Phantom Menace, suddenly the Force gives you super speed. And I don't really remember which movie had a lightsaber throw in it. That might have been... He might have thrown his lightsaber in Phantom Menace at some point. Or did it just fucking pop up in this game? I don't know. I don't know where lightsaber throwing came in, where people like boomerang the lightsabers around, but it's just like you get more powers. That's why it's not that weird when Leia pulls herself towards a location in space, for example, or when Bastila is like entering this trance state that basically gives her entire army a better luck stat, essentially. In fact, if anything, the Bastila's battle meditation is actually closer to the origins of the first movie's interpretation of the Force than any of the other powers, because it's back to just being one with the universe, getting in touch with the the connective force that binds all life together and is created by life and so on, and then like using that to sort of tilt the odds in your favor as opposed to like shoot lightning out of your hands. Like, it's actually more understandable why battle meditation exists than most of the other powers that we've kind of taken for granted in various Star Wars movies, if you just go from like the original premise of what it's all supposed to be. But at the same time, like, I brought this whole thing up in the first place because there's part of me that kind of recoils about it, not because of its interpretation as a force power, but just because it is a little bit much for the plot when one person is the single-handed person that's running the entire war, essentially. There's a certain aspect that it like rubs me slightly the wrong way. But as you can tell, as I sit here and reason it out, everything I bring up is in favor of it, despite that initial misgiving. So it's clearly not that big of a problem. This is a fun little discussion. I learned things along the way myself as I processed the ideas.
Yes, what's on your mind?
You know anything about this place?
I don't really know much about this place. Sorry. You got it.
They didn't give Karth planet specific. I don't know about this place the way that some of the other characters did. So both on the other planet and this one, he just says a generic line. Find that a little interesting. Find that a little interesting. Let's make a new save that is on here. There we go. So Karth doesn't have new dialogue. Most people probably don't have new dialogue. Let's go save Bastila or kill her. Save, kill Bastila. I just feel like Juhani and Karth are the most likely to be interesting characters in this situation. Because Karth and Bastila are the main character companions. The narrative constantly frames them that way. And Juhani's the best companion.
You made it. Several Jedi have already gone ahead into the Starforge. We have to strike while we still have the element of surprise. If we don't stop Bastila from using her battle meditation, the entire Republic fleet will be wiped out. Come on, before they... Damn! So much for catching them unprepared. We'll deal with these Sith. You get into the Starforge and find Bastila. Hurry!
Her face was a lot. She is freaking me out a little bit. We'll deal with the Sith. No, I'll deal with the Sith. Are those all custom characters? Something that stands out to me is that this game is entirely repeating faces. I have pointed this out many times because it's just, I have to acknowledge it when I find it distracting, which I find it distracting often. How often you talk to like, sometimes multiple people in the same room of the same face. But you walk over here, that's aside from the Twi'leks, everyone here that I just saw had a new face I've never seen before. But there was the one white guy in the background, and I'm pretty sure he was in the character select screen. So now I'm wondering, like, if I picked that face and came here, would I see a copy of myself in the background? Or is that guy... Are these guys randomly selected from the pool of character creation faces that you didn't pick? Because that'd be cool. That'd be cool if the characters you didn't pick kind of be intermixed a bit amongst like the Jedi or something, or even the entire game, just to add to the pool of faces. Especially since like that's where a lot of the not white characters are, is the character selection screen, and those faces never show up in the game. You just get the same two faces over and over again, so it's like little weird. And I wonder whether that's why her face stands out so much, is because maybe she's another face Revan can be, and maybe it wasn't really necessarily fully rigged, designed from the get-go based on the idea that she'd be able to talk, because Revan can't actually animate talking ever. So maybe that's why something about that looked weird. Just thinking things. Just thinking word things. Hello. I have to... You guys are fools. Run ahead. We'll take care of the... Fuck you. I'm not letting you take care of the Sith. You need help. We're all a team here, working together, aren't we? That's the same face twice.
The Sith
will want to cut off our escape. We'll stay here and protect the ship so we can get out of here once you stop Bastila. The Sith will want to cut off our escape.
I'm so confused by you, KOTOR.
Protect the ship so we can get out of here once you stop Bastila.
KOTOR, what's your deal? What's up with the faces, KOTOR? I need answers. What's up with the faces repeating over and over again? I'm genuinely wondering, like, was there a... Because now I'm thinking on like a more like deeper hardware level or something. Like, was the original Xbox limit on how many? Because like we gotta remember, this was the not even Xbox 360. This was the original Xbox. So this was a while back. Could they actually just straight up not handle loading that many faces and character models that were different from each other? Because like throughout the whole game, I'm here and I have 2 party members, so we all look different from each other. And here, that's 1, 2, 3 other people, and then the Sith are here, so that's 7 unique character models. And obviously, the Sith repeats like 3 or 4 times because it's just the Sith repeating over and over again. But like, is that the limit? Is 7 like the hard limit? So they have to be like, okay, this is just the same guy twice. But then he's plucked from the list of faces you can make in the character creator, and I've never seen that before, which makes me all the more curious about what's going on here. I'm so curious about what's happening with the game and why these moves happen. Were these the strike force that were supposed to help distract me at Bastila so we can win, and they're just gonna guard the ships? So they just mean me. Like, I just go in with the strike force and I do all the stuff. I think they're done contributing. Like, they were just gonna help fight on that one pad. That's a little awkward. Got the pistol shot, he's got power attack. He's maxed up all those things. Damn, he really is up there. He's maxed out health already too. Shit. That was my go-to for when I need to dump some points. It's like, hey, you want some more health? Haha. If I teach him a new skill, he'll just start using a shittier version of a skill instead of his level 3 power thing, so I don't think I want to change that. Giving him 3 points of repair, security, and computer use is like hilariously pointless. Persuade, awareness, and treat injury. I guess he knows treat injury. Demolitions and stealth. I guess treat injury. Fuck. Karth is completely out of things to buy with his feat points now. That's unfortunate. But he's very late in the game. Are you wearing... Yeah, he's using 2 Mandalorian heavy pistols and Mandalorian assault armor. You have something to tell me, Karth?
Yes.
Mandalorians make good equipment, I guess. I guess that shouldn't be much of a surprise.
Lord Malak, a team of Jedi have penetrated our defenses. Their fighters have landed on the Starforge.
This is not unexpected. The Jedi are formidable opponents. Send the Starforge's battle droids to deal with them.
Lord Malak, forgive me, but how can mere droids be a match for the Jedi?
You underestimate the power of the Starforge's droid army. Dispatch the droids.
Of course, Lord Malak. The Jedi have invaded the Starforge. Destroy them. Destroy them all.
Oh no, it's the droids from earlier, but now they're red. That's the scariest color. Just gonna go cast my things real quick. Mind me. Oh no. I meant to jump and then I fucked up. Whoa! God, I'm scary. How did he not take any damage the second time? Did he have like a cheat death talent?
Let's see what you got.
Alright. My character can't path. There we go. How will the droids be a match for the Jedi? You underestimate my power. Oh no, the droids weren't a match for the Jedi, as it turns out. How embarrassing. Damn. That one guy was right. Don't tell Malak that, though, because he'll kill him for being right about things, because the Sith are jackasses that just murder people on the bridge at random and stuff like that. They're so great. Ow! Rude. Not appreciated, honestly. I could have done without that one. Alright. Good luck, Jolie. You're all alone. There we go. Get him, get him. There we go. These are a lot of computer spikes. The last era gave me a lot of computer spikes too. I'm just drowning in computer spikes now. Hi. No. Bad. There you go. Except not. Okay. Force jump is a disaster. First I hit its auto attack and he runs at him instead of doing the jump. Then I press it again and he does do the jump, but he gets stuck, so he doesn't actually reach him, but he hits him anyway. There's just a lot happening there. There we go. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's worth casting all my buffs. Oh, maybe it is. They're doing damage. I've got that force regen now. Stoppable. Who would build a place like this? Look at all these... Oh, there's Jedi in here now. Okay. Are these the same ones from earlier? Did they beat me in here? Are they more capable than I am? That's embarrassing for me. Oh no, Protagonist 1 died. Is Protagonist 2 also going to die? Yes. Oh, Protagonist 3! Come on, you can do it! No. Damn, the triplets are dead.
More victims for us to slaughter.
Tweedledee, Tweedledum, and Tweedly Tweedly. That's the dumbest thing I've ever said. And I say a lot of dumb shit. You guys keep enabling me. Hello. How's that force lightning working out for you? Do you feel powerful? Feel powerful? The downside of using special abilities like flurry and whatnot is that they gave all of the other attacks a bunch of unique animations. But they gave flurry and power strike one animation. Oh, there was also Republic soldiers here. So when you press when you use those other abilities, you just do the same animation over and over again, which makes fights look more boring. Whereas when you use other buttons, it's like, look at all these cool things I do. They put a decent amount of work into having a decent amount of like choreography for combat, make it look kind of cooler. Oopsie, I interrupted the jump halfway through. I didn't even know you could do that. Like, look at that. That attack looks cool. But back to this one. The west door. I have no idea which way I'm going, so I'm kind of just gonna keep running in a direction and see how it goes. Place seems pretty big.
Why have you disturbed me?
I have news, Lord Malak, about the Jedi.
Ah, the Jedi. Did my droids pass their test? Did they destroy our enemies?
No, Lord Malak. The droids could not stop them.
Strange. I did not think there were any among the Order who could survive an attack by an army of the Starforge's battle droids.
It was Revan, Lord Malak. Your old master is with the Jedi here on the Starforge.
Yes, that would explain why the droids failed. Revan was always strong in the Force. Very well. Send out all available troops, the apprentices as well.
Do you think they can stop Revan, Lord Malak?
Of course not. But they will slow Revan down. That will give me the time I need to fully prepare the Starforge's defenses. I am curious to see the true extent of this space station's capabilities. One as powerful as my old master will make an interesting test subject.
Malak just kind of comes across as stupid and incompetent, doesn't he? Strange, I never thought anyone could have possibly beaten some droids. The Jedi, infamous for their inability to defeat droids. And like, it was Lord Revan, Master. And it's like, oh, that explains it. Oh, those guys are all T-posed, huh? Like, oh, that explains it. Revan was always strong in the Force. I'm like, I think many people were strong in the Force, dude. There was like a whole Jedi Council. Also, all the other Jedi that I saw earlier, like they lost to some Sith ultimately, but like all of them made it past the droids too. That's how they were ahead of me. They got there first. Like, credit where credit's due. They reached that part of the space station before I did, and I'm Revan. And we seemingly all landed at the same time. Like, that's impressive. Your droids, on the other hand, 0 confirmed kills. Your Sith, a few confirmed kills. Because they're like evenly matched. But like, the droids are like fighting a battle they don't belong in. It's kind of not working out for them, honestly. It's just not a good look. Rude. I'm gonna jump at you now. Damn it, you got in my way, Karth. Now I can't jump. Why are you... Karth! Karth, I need to jump at people. I do bonuses and shit. Why are you in my way? You're the ranged character. The AI is losing its goddamn mind in this game. Karth will run into melee range to shoot them with pistols. Actively blocking access for the actual people that are trying to reach the melee range. He's like self-destructive. It's a good thing I gave him like the best armor. Down you go! Oh, this guy's coming up from behind. Ah! 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 Stop it. Alright, this fight's getting bigger. It's not getting more dangerous though. These guys, we are clearly the wrong like DC for this encounter. Like the dungeon master should probably like this is the part where the dungeon master would like be like, oh fuck, these stats don't work out. I should like change the challenge rating of this encounter because they're not making progress. There you go. Now I've got that bullshit power that Juhani had at the beginning of the game, but then never showed that she could do ever again. Until I taught it to her like 30 hours later. They're really in trouble with the way that now my force regenerates and whatnot. Well, that was the biggest fight we've seen so far. I guess I might backtrack now. Just check out, like this, that was the west door, right? So let's check the east door and just see if the other stuff's like around. Because you can definitely see where the two paths conjoin here to send you down that door. I feel like Malak's like right behind that door or something. Down you go. Like there might be a cool interaction somewhere or some kind of thing to discover. I'm not expecting a lot in forms of like progression or like the usual reason you explore. At this point, the playthrough is like reaching its end. Oopsie.
No problem. Didn't work. No problem. Didn't work.
Didn't work. For once, I can't just break a door down. Sorry about that. Security +4.
No problem. Didn't work. No problem. Didn't work. No problem. Didn't work.
I mean, now I want to know why you won't let me in here. Where's my dexterity helm again? 31 dexterity. That's too much dexterity. Why can't I open the door from this side? Can you only open it from the other side? Oh. Hi. Is this like my chance to grind infinitely? Did I just trigger a second copy of this encounter by walking in the other direction? Maybe. I guess I'll just go further, because I can't loop back around. I don't know how much I want to retrace my exact steps. And they're apparently going to keep sending waves at me, so I should probably go. Even Malik knows that his apprentices won't stand a chance against me. That's really embarrassing. Whee! Is this the full force of the Starforge? It's a bunch of turrets. It's not. Okay, there are different kinds of turrets at least. That's a heavy defense turret. The other one was an ion turret. I was briefly worried they were going to all be ion turrets, which would mean that they're all only strong against shields and droids, which would be a really hilarious way to fight a Jedi. Oh shit, Karth. Karth, no. I mean, he wasn't really picked for his performance. He's picked for his potential plot relevance. This is about what I expected, I guess. Oh god, there's more waves coming in. Juhani, no. Hold them off, Juhani. I need to take out all the turrets. Out of a matter of principle or something. Juhani, run. We have to run. To bring them to Revan. They'll never stand a chance. Now heal bot. Heal bot for me, Juhani. Also probably cast like one of these. There we go. There we go, Johnny. Whee! I'll get to you guys in a second. I just gotta kill this thing that's not even a person first, because it's more dangerous than you. Do with that what you will. Only one, huh? That's unfortunate. Right around now, it's a little unfortunate that Juhani doesn't have any force regeneration. Because it's really not... oh, did it just repair itself? I thought I already defeated this guy. Oh, I just saw its health drop to 0, so I thought he was dead, but he wasn't. Whoops. Yeah, Juhani should really have more... should have been able to cast again by now, but... he straight up doesn't regenerate force during combat. Not on any level that would be helpful. It really shows how powerful that crystal is that I have. There we go. Alright, Karth, you can stop playing dead. The coast is not clear, actually. Never mind. And you call yourself a pretend Mandalorian. Ooh, they both leveled. Oh, there, wow. I could run back there and loot every single one of those bodies, but is that a thing I want to do with my life? This is one of those moments where you gotta question, like, is this really where I'm gonna go? Maybe. Did he max out all his powers again? He did. Hmm. Did I give him the rip powers off of the enemy's power? Yeah. Yeah, no, he just gains power so quickly. Like, so quickly. Force resist is a little boring, and everyone else already has Jedi speed. Yeah. I'll give you slow, why not? The chance to inflict a negative defense stat on your opponents and negative reflex. They're level 19. Everyone's about to hit the cap now. With me.
Sure.
Now let's loot 500 bodies. So many bodies. They're somehow coming at me from behind, which further muddies the water. Their drops are not wowing me. Elevator. Is this just a dead end down here? Command center. Is that not where I landed in the first place? It's not the same elevator I was expecting to find? Because we did reach an elevator at one point. At the landing point. Oh, this is the way forward.
Master, why have you summoned me? Without my battle meditation, there is a chance the Republic capital ships could break through and attack the Starforge itself.
This will not take long, Bastila. You will be able to resume your battle meditation soon enough. I only wanted you to know that Revan is here on the Starforge.
Revan? But...
The Force is bringing us towards a confrontation with my old master. The Starforge has drawn our enemies together, so they may all die in a single glorious day. You must kill Revan to prove yourself worthy of being my apprentice, Bastila. You must finish what began in the Rakatan Temple.
Yes, Lord Malak.
I sense your fear, Bastila, but it is unfounded. The power of the Starforge will feed the dark side within you. It will give you the strength you need to defeat my old master. Stay here in the command center while you use your battle meditation against the Republic fleet. Revan will find you here in due time. It is inevitable.
Of course, Master. I will not fail you again.
Perhaps you will triumph, Bastila. But even if you fail, it will give me the time I need to complete my preparations of the station's defenses. And then we shall see if Revan can stand against the full fury of the Starforge.
Even Bastila is just another person to throw forward to distract me while I'm trying to chase after him. That's the level she's on. She seems surprised I was here, which is weird because like she knew this is my goal. She was part of this mission with me. Like she should have been leaking all sorts of intel basically. And on top of that, like where'd you think I was gonna go after our last confrontation? This is exactly my goal. We're not even far away. We're still in like the same area. Whee! There we go. Oh, there's more of them over here. You really are just kind of unstoppable at this point. These Starforged defenses better be like next level cool shit, because so far the defenses I have seen are a bunch of lame turrets. Like I'm imagining we're gearing up for like a boss battle against Malak where he uses a bunch of cool shit to hopefully make himself have a better advantage, because I destroyed him last time. So I presume he has more up his sleeve than just fighting me again the same way as last time where he was losing. That'd be a poor choice on his part. Oop, he's flying. Poor Ashley, poor Bastila is just being kind of thrown forward as bait, like Ashley's metaphorical dog in Mass Effect. Save yourself. Okay, we have to do a little bit of healing here. I like how I am the tank and the DPS and the healer, because Revan has such a power disparity between himself and every other member of the party. I can do every single job, and you guys can't. Oh, don't throw grenades at me. I'm gonna chop your head off now. Is that what you wanted? Is that what you were hoping for? I guess go this way. I don't really know where I'm going, actually. Nope. If there's that, well, no. I was about to say, like, if there's enemies, maybe I'm going the right way. But then you remember that, like, right. This area actually spams enemies regardless. Aw. Rude. Very rude. Oh. You made me waste my spore speed. Force speed. Spore speed. Okay, this is actually a lot of enemies. Okay, I'm here for Bastila. No, I'm trying. God damn it! I'm trying to cast heal, and the fucking menu cursor keeps teleporting around the bar and making me pick other abilities. I cannot stress enough how much this little icon down here that lets me pick my abilities. It just moves around on its own all the time and decides, no, you're actually picking this, not that. And I'm like, no, I had it. I had a plan. You took it from me. Did I just get locked in here without my friends? That's not what I expected to happen. That could be bad-ish. Alright, well, they're both dead now. There's unfortunately not a, like, there's no move as group choice. I can't, like, press the button you do on your hunter pet in World of Warcraft that tells your party members to, like, tells your pet to like follow you instead of engaging with your current enemy. So when I choose to like push forward because there's an endless wave of enemies, I can't like make my party members come with me, unfortunately. Hey guys. Oh, there's more. But wait, there's more! I guess that's one way of doing it. Just run past to the end of the hallway. Then my dead party members will fall, like, will just get back up because I'm not in combat. And then they'll just be here all of a sudden. How you guys feeling? It's probably good enough. I'm not necessarily expecting Karth to like nail it in these fights, so good luck.
Revan, I knew you'd come for me.
Yeah, it wasn't a secret. I was really clear about my intentions and what I'm doing. Also, it was your mission originally, so you're really clear on that. I'll never give up on you, Bastila. I know you can still be saved.
You're wasting your time. I've seen the Jedi for what they are, weak and afraid. The Sith are the true masters of the Force. You've forgotten that lesson, Revan. Now you must pay the price. Here on the Star Forge, the power of the dark side is at its strongest. This time, you will not defeat me.
She looked really sad there. She didn't really look determined the way her voice sounded. Oh, I guess I didn't have to wait for them anyway. Oh, that was a sound. Whoa! Electricity's flowing into her. That's all dramatic. Let's get some of these things activated real quick before I just die immediately. There we go. Oh, that's...
I see now why I followed you. Even though you're only a shell of your former self, you're still a formidable opponent. I can't even imagine the power you must have wielded when you were the Dark Lord. You were a fool to give it all up and follow the light side.
It's working out. You keep talking mad shit, but like I just one-shot you. Like light side's working pretty well for me, all things considered. I am as strong in the light as I ever was following the dark side.
The dark side has made me stronger than I ever was before.
And you lost.
I have a greater command of the Force than all but the most powerful Jedi Masters.
Nah.
As Malak teaches me the greatest secrets of the Sith, I will unlock more of my potential. Eventually, there'll be no limit to what I can accomplish with the Force.
Are you trying to convince yourself? Malak will never let you become that powerful. He'll kill you first.
Have you forgotten the ways of the Sith already, Revan? Eventually, I will challenge my master. If I am worthy, he will die by my hand, and I will become the new Sith Master. Then I will take on my own apprentice, and the cycle will begin again. This is the way of the Sith. It is how we assure our leaders are always the strongest and most worthy.
You're dooming yourself to an endless cycle of death and betrayal.
No, Revan. It is you who are doomed.
Nuh-uh. Good defense. I have to cast my buffs again. Alright. Ow. I guess she had a pretend health bar, and this is her real health bar. There it is.
Growing weary. I can sense it. Your strength falters. The light side is failing you while the power of the Star Forge re-energizes me. Soon this will all be over.
She's like doubled over in pain, clutching herself, and she's like, I can see you're growing weak, unlike me, who is endless. It's like, I'm fine. Look how fine I look. I have not faltered, Bastila. You have been misled by the dark side.
The dark side will always triumph over the light. Malak has assured me of victory. You can't defeat me here on the Star Forge. You can't.
Why would you just believe Malak? Like, just cuz? Look at my defense, making it very hard for you to hurt me. Oh, yeah, I shouldn't have expected to be able to freeze her. It doesn't work on bosses because I'm too shitty. Okay, I'm taking a little damage here. Stop that. Uh-oh. That's actually bad. That's actually bad. God damn it. A+ combat. Just completely destroy her over and over again, but then she did a stun on me that worked, so she wins. Like, ah, damn it. Alright. When was my last save?